Young Slime Life. That case is going on forever. And there's an attorney, guy, Doug Weinstein. He says, yo, look, judge, if they don't pick this trial up, it might never end. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, at least one of the attorneys in this case, more than just one of the attorneys, at least one of these attorneys in this case have come to their right mind and said, Judge, this is taking too long. Okay. I could just imagine, like, the judge is driving the car and, like, the defense attorneys are in the back seat. Maybe it's a station wagon from, like, the 70s. So you got some people curled up in the back where the tire is supposed to be, sleeping or something. And the judge keeps hearing, we there yet? We there yet? Because apparently some of the attorneys, including Doug Weinstein, that's Yak Gotti's attorney, Yak Gotti is DeMonte Kendrick, and including his attorney, has come out and they've made statements. Doug Weinstein specifically says, as this court has broad discretion to exercise reasonable control over the presentation of witness and evidence, the court should use that discretion to prevent this trial from stretching into 2027. So basically, there is a belief that this trial that started, I guess, they picked the jury in January of 2023. For everybody that don't know, the jury was selected in January of 2023. Now you're trying to say that this is going to go to 2027. I just want to say something before I break any more of this down. I think that these are reasonable complaints because one of the things that you're supposed to have is a speedy trial, correct? That's one of our rights, to a speedy trial, a quick and speedy trial. So a quick and speedy trial would mean we don't have to sit in jail and wait forever for the trial to begin, right? It's a quick trial. And a speedy trial would be after the trial actually starts. We're actually trying to get it over with. So we could be clear, these are actually good complaints that the lawyer's making. I'm not sure how Judge Glanville is going to deal with this. But what you also have to realize is, and another thing that what you also have to realize is, at one point they wanted to have 700 witnesses. That's insane. Anyway, another thing that Doug Weinstein, attorney Weinstein, wanted to let them know that it was untenable for the remaining 15 jurors and the defendant. Remember, these defendants are not being, they're being remanded. They're being held without bond, without bail. And so, you know, this is kind of unreasonable. It's not like they're out free and this case is going on and it's going to take all of these years. These men are being held, they're being held in custody. So this is another complaint that Doug Weinstein has. Personally, I think that these are all reasonable complaints. For everybody that don't know, the witness list was at 700. It got whittled down to about 400. So the attorney, Doug Weinstein, he wants the government to have to explain to Judge Glanville why the remaining 360 witnesses are in a waste of time. I think look, this is not about whether we're going to say that these guys are guilty or innocent. This is not about that. This is about what the law is supposed to allow for the government to be able to do. The government isn't supposed to, so they could just, as long as they get witnesses, they could put them up there, so we could be in trial to damn near 2030. So this is not something that should be done. This should not be common practice. I'm not speaking in defense of YSL, just so we can be clear. I'm speaking in defense of the American citizen. And when you bend these rules and these laws and these mandates and these rulings in such a manner, what you do is you create case law to allow for it to continue in the future. So I'm with the lawyers on this one. Also, I need for y'all to understand, we're talking about 360 more witnesses. So he had another complaint. The complaint was, do y'all remember Adrian Bean? In any regard, Adrian Bean is one of the witnesses that came on the stand. Specifically, he is the witness that said, "You look, Judge, I'm too high. I think I'm gonna go to sleep." He's specifically that freaking witness. Now, just so we can be clear, the reason in which why he was called was a good reason. He was called because allegedly he had information that was supposed to put Young Thug at the scene of a carjacking, a car theft, an auto theft. I'm not sure if it was a jacking or a theft. They stole a car. And then there was a crash at some point, and there was a shootout with the police at another point. So he was supposed to be the individual that put Young Thug at the scene of this situation that happened in 2013, right? Just so we can be clear. First of all, if you get on the stand and say you had a drug problem back in 2013, they're trying to get you to testify. You're saying that in 2013 you had a bad drug problem, and in the midst of telling people that you had a bad drug problem in 2013, in 2024, you're on the stand telling people that you're so high at the moment that you might fall asleep. So the argument that attorney Doug Weinstein is giving is that we just had 6 days of one witness over 2 weeks period of time, and he couldn't even remember the questions they was. He couldn't even recall anything. He couldn't even recall anything. He was on the stand 2 weeks of our trial, 6 days. He's on the stand and he didn't even have anything that was helping their case. He wasn't even a witness that should have been believed in the first place because he was high while he was testifying. So Doug Weinstein, and there's a couple of other attorneys also, they want the government to have to explain why the remaining 360 witnesses aren't a waste of time. And I'm going to be honest with you, at this point, I think that that's reasonable. I think it's perfectly reasonable for them to say, you dudes seem to be full of a lot of BS. We need for you to cut it right now, and we need for you to get to the information and let us know what's popping. I don't know. What y'all guys think? Also, do you know how tired that jury is going to be? Like, you're almost guaranteeing guilty verdicts. Like, you're almost, just in all fairness. Do you know how tired and wore down that jury is going to be? You think that jury is going to be able to remember stuff from the beginning of the trial, which was 2 years ago, and be when they start deliberating? Do you understand how much? It's just too much. I don't know what to tell you. I agree with the attorneys. You got to figure out a way to streamline this. This is just not fair to the defendants. I get it. You want to get it right, but I don't think this is fair to the defendants, and it damn sure isn't fair to the jury. They didn't do anything but vote and have a job. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.